Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Marathon Mondays with Mal. It's a beautiful Monday morning, like it always is here at the world headquarters of Marathon Coach here in Coburg. I'm in the marketing office this morning, and a lot of work has been put in to finally bring this to you today. That's right, the trailer episode. A lot of you have asked about it. Before I get to that, I'm standing in front of kind of a really cool thing here in the marketing office. A lot of marketing happening here, and as you can see, here's 1291's book, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, the trailer, a lot of you have asked about it, and we finally have it to you, so a big thanks to Todd for editing and putting a lot of work into that. A big thanks to the owners of 1291 who gave us the opportunity to really get in close and intimate with this trailer. Really excited about today's episode. We're going to throw it live to the pre-recorded portion today, and I will be watching along with everyone else here on the marketing team your comments. So as you comment on it, we might be answering it, which is kind of a cool concept that we're working with today. So with no further ado, let's throw it over to the episode that you've all been waiting for, Coach 1291's trailer, The Stacker. It's a trailer story, so let's roll it and check it out. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. We've been waiting for it. That's right, 1291 right here, the trailer episode. The trailer is totally complete and done, and I think it's time that we bring in the owner of 1291 and now the matching trailer. Bernie?
Hi, Mal.
Hi. Thank you so much once again for taking the time to do this. There's so many people that are excited about this episode, including myself. I think everyone knows that. 1291, a beautiful coach. We've seen it many times on Marathon Mondays throughout Facebook, YouTube, you name it.
Right.
Now here it is, the matching trailer. What do you think?
It came out great. It's almost actually a year to the day of when we ordered the trailer last April.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
Wow, that's funny.
Yes, and it's been a year process. To get here, there's a lot of things involved, which I think a lot of people might want to do or maybe not. But let me just tell you my ideas. And if you like them, maybe you'll want to copy a little bit, or it'll help you customize your own.
And this is an extremely customized coach, and it took you a long time to research, find the right manufacturers, find the right partners to partner with in building this, because Marathon is only a portion of that partnering.
Correct.
So Bernie, take us through it, show us the elements.
Let's start with the sides.
Okay.
Just let's go with the sides first. Manufacturers nowadays don't want to give you a very thick sided trailer as they used to.
Why? Cheaper?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mass production, cheaper. A lot of the custom guys have gone away. The big one in Iowa now got bought by a conglomerate.
Okay.
A lot of things have changed over the years since the downturn.
Sure.
Just for a point of reference, the inside lining of this trailer is .030. You're a metal guy.
I am.
The stock outside of a trailer is .040. None of that is thick enough for me. This is an upgraded side, and it still isn't enough for me. It's basically built on 16-inch centers, and if you work this trailer, and you're carrying cargo up and down, what'll happen is after thousands of miles, you'll get waffling, which I don't want to see.
Describe waffling to those who might not know it.
You'll see the sides. You know, they'll look like paper mache
Right.
after a while. They're just too thin. They can't handle it. For another point of reference, a semi-trailer
Yes.
is like a .090.
Very thin. Very, okay.
Okay,
Yep.
versus a .050, which we have. What I did to combat that is I went with 12-inch centers instead of 16 to strengthen it, and this will help it immensely. It's a very small upgrade, $600 upgrade. When you're into this kind of money, you know, that's very, very minimal.
Sure. So Bernie, you've got 12-inch, for the lack of a better term, would you call them dividers between, or like studs?
They're studs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of 16.
Right.
So you're going to
Everything in the trailer, floor, ceiling, walls are all 12-inch.
That's great. So you're going to avoid waffling.
Right.
So that the trailer will look good for many years.
Many years. And people don't realize if you're loading something on the top lift, we only carry a AC drive electric cart that weighs about 1,200 pounds. It really works that. If you're going to throw a car up there at 3,500 pounds, 4,000 pounds capacity, you're working it.
Right.
And that trailer's moving and it will affect it.
Tell us about the stainless, because the stainless is very unique
Yes.
to this trailer. And one of the things that we've talked about in the preceding videos on the trailer and the coach is how the coach and the trailer, the stainless is at the same height level.
Yes, it's a lost art. There's a gentleman in Southern California by the name of Dan who has since retired, but he still dabbles in it some.
I would say this is dabbling.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He's done a couple like this for me. And what this is a number 8 high polished stainless.
Okay.
And the trick of this is you have to have the dies and you have to bend it. You have to get the measurements from Prevost, and then that's where the craftsmanship comes in. It's bending it so it matches the X3
Right.
corrugated sides.
And for those of you who don't know, what he means is each one of these 10 feet sheets is put into a machine, and they have a die, which for the lack of a better term is something that the sheet metal is bent over. So Bernie, what is this called right here?
Corrugated.
And so the corrugated portion of the stainless, they put the die in there and they bend it exactly to match the coach.
Right.
To the Prevost specification.
Exactly. You know, you've got 2 sheets here of 10 feet each. And
That's
they're-
unique too, right, Bernie?
Yeah, you've got 32 inches in tall. And so you need a belt line here for the seam. This is a belt line direct from Prevost, which matches the bus belt line.
So the belt line literally runs from the back of the trailer all the way to the front of the coach on the same level.
Right.
That's it. That's attention to detail right there.
And this here is all glued and taped with 3M material.
What's the importance of that, Bernie?
Well, because, you know, it would take, if you were to try and take this off right now, it would take a forklift with a chain, and you might rip off the side behind it with it.
oh my goodness.
That's how it bonds. And up here on this belt line, this is actually an old MCI bus belt line that I came up with, I found, and we needed it a little bit thicker because the top of this is riveted. You want it riveted. Also, you want Sika bonding on top of there so you don't get any water intrusions down in behind these sides, so you don't get any type of a D-lam on it. Basically, to finish it off, we match it on the sides with the Marathon rub rails. You can see that's a very nice finish. This is a 9.5, only known to Marathon in width rub rail. It really sets it off beautiful. And the wheels on the trailer, I'm a firm believer in a little bit bigger rubber. This is a 17.5 inch wheel. You can run a larger tire and a higher speed rated tire. These tires that I have on here are rated at 75 miles an hour, whereas most 16 inch tires only rated at 60 miles an hour.
So triple axle.
Triple axle, we can gross 18,000 pounds. The way it sets right now, it's 8,100 pounds empty. And that's including the 400-pound aluminum gadget we got in there that we're going to show you.
Absolutely. So Bernie, before we get to talking more about the hookups here, tell us about the diamond plate here.
Well, the
They
diamond
call it
plate-
diamond plate?
Yeah, I kind of had this dreamed up long before I built the trailer because I wanted to go with the bullnose, wedge, whatever you want to call it, front end on it instead of the flat front.
Sure.
A little more aerodynamic. I can get some cabinets in the front there, get an extra closet for my wife.
Got a lot more room inside.
Yes, and I don't have to have as much tongue in order to have a turning radius if I'm going to jackknife it into the side of the bus.
Right.
So this helped a lot. It was funny telling my wife and Andy a year ago about this rock guard being this high, and I said we're going to ghost the front panels, and they're like, what in the world are you talking about? I had it figured out a long time
And
ago.
it looks beautiful too. I love it. I love it.
Let's move on here to hookups.
Okay, Bernie, so tell us about the hookups.
Okay.
This is something I have absolutely no idea about. There's a lot going on here.
All right. On a Prevost bus, all of your items run independently. Your stop, your clearance lights, your turn signals, all of that is run independently off of a circuit. Whereas in trailers, you know, they marry together the brakes and the clearance lights and the turn signal, so you have to isolate them. So what this plug does right here is we're using 2 wires of a 6-way plug. This gives us independent turn signals that run down the side of the trailer.
Okay.
And those blink with the bus, so everything looks nice in one row, and they run independently.
Independently, and so whatever the bus does, the trailer does too.
That's correct. Then we're going to move to your normal 7-way plug right there, which
Sure.
is your normal stuff on your 7-way trailer plug. And then this over here is our video camera. We're using 4 wires out of that 7-way plug for the video camera in the back.
Absolutely.
And we also robbed one hole of it for the exterior lights underneath the trailer.
That's right, because just like the bus has the
Right.
ground effect lighting, you want the lights, what we call the pimp lights, if you
I
will.
didn't want to say that.
I'll
but
say
okay.
it. Let's talk
That's
about it. The pimp
fair.
lights. Yeah. I mean, we're in the industry here.
Right.
So the pimp lights run not only just under the bus, but under the.
Yes, and it matches. It looks very nice.
Sure.
Very nice. And basically then you've got your breakaway here, which is your red cord. So if you do have a failure of some sort and you break away from the hitch, you will continue to drag the trailer, but the brakes will lock up. It won't get away from you and pass you going down the road.
Okay. Yeah.
That's its
yeah.
main safety item.
Okay. So Bernie, we've talked about kind of the guts of this trailer, and quite frankly, let's get to it. A lot of people are excited about it.
Well-
What is going on inside this trailer?
Well, there's alternatives out there, okay? A lot of people now are coming out with this thing for a stacker because we're getting older. We don't want to get in there and have to tie down. We got no way out of the car window to crawl out.
Right.
So they're starting to cut holes in the side of the trailer.
Why?
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
That
So
takes
you
away
can-
from the structural integrity of the trailer too.
I would
assume.
think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. They're even cutting into portions in the front of it where your tie downs are, so you can do this.
Oh.
There is an alternative. This is what we've gone with.
Now you researched this for months.
Yes, I did. The first time my wife saw it, she made me buy it because she's the one who has to crawl out of the car after we drive it in.
Right.
So she said, we are buying that. And I said, okay, done. So let's go inside and take a look.
Okay. Bernie, let's see it. All right, and there it is.
There it is.
So Bernie, this system is very unique. I know you spent a lot of time researching it like we alluded to earlier. Why did you go with something like this trolley system?
Well, in my opinion, the most one of the most important things in a stacker is the spread you have in between wheel wells.
Okay.
Most cars are all different. Most guys that are putting something in a stacker, it's a hot rod, it's an exotic, it's something, it's low, it's wide. This particular company, I have 81.5 inches in width in between the wheel wells.
Okay.
Which is a lot. There's some companies out there that only offer you 79. You have no idea how tight it is. and then have to try and open your door, which you can't, and crawl out the
Yes,
window.
right.
So the manufacturers cut a hole in the wall. So now you just fall out and hit the concrete.
Gotcha.
But the alternative is a trolley system. As you can see, those two trolleys up there.
Yes.
They run on a track. This whole device only weighs 400 pounds. It's entirely aluminum. These two tracks fold down.
So this whole thing
It
would
just
flop right
flops.
back over.
It's simple.
Perfect.
It takes seconds. It flops down. You run the two trolleys out. You drive your car up, put the front axle on one trolley, and you tie the wheel strap over the wheel.
Sure.
Outside,
All done right here,
right here.
where we're standing.
Right here.
Okay.
And then you pull it up with your winch. That's a 6,000 pound winch up there. You pull it up with the winch, get your rear axle underneath the rear trolley, wheel over it, pull it in, lock it down with 4 straps in the back. See these straps right
Yes.
here?
So you're not
takes
having to climb in
No.
this trailer.
No.
And that's the main thing we're getting at here.
Yes.
You secure it here,
Yes.
roll it in with the winch,
Yes.
you trolley it in with the winch,
Yes.
and then you secure it right there.
Correct. Correct. No more fighting, trying to get a loop through a wheel, through the mag, however, trying to catch a spring, trying to do something like that. Right here, the car is secured. You lock it down. It's a state-of-the-art system. I really like it. My wife loves it because she
Why is
can't-
that?
The 50 Merc is chopped.
Right.
It's been chopped 3.5 inches, so
So
the
it's
window's
low.
about so big.
Right.
She can't get out of it.
Yeah.
So when she saw this, it was, you're getting that, and I totally agree.
Absolutely.
It's a great system. It will last a lifetime. As this trailer sits right now, it'll outlive your kid's lifetime if you were to give it to them. I build trailers for longevity. We only do about 20,000 miles a year. The paint, because of the application, the way we did it, wall thickness, all of that has a factor in longevity.
The reason that this episode is so important to our viewers and to those researching on the internet is because Marathon does not build trailers.
Right.
And you went out and you researched it and you brought it to Marathon. Pete Sutton designed the side of the paint,
Right.
just like he did the bus. The paint department did it. You know, and this is something very important for a lot of our viewers to see.
Yes. They will do all that for you besides the other side of it, which is the service side. When you get it in, there was a lot of things that we had to do
That's a good point.
to the front of it, the applications for all of the plugs, the lines, you know, and then also run the lights underneath it. There's a lot of little odds and ends that people have no idea until you get into it. You know, it's like building a house. You don't know what it costs until you get in there and put the drywall up.
Right,
Okay?
right.
It's the same thing.
So the Marathon Service Department assisted after you brought the
Assisted
trailer to
after
them.
we brought it in, did the finishing touches on it, and made it what it is.
Awesome. So, you know, what else is in this trailer that you custom ordered? You kind of talked about it earlier with the cabinetry that you have up towards the front. Is that something that you wanted to see in this trailer that you didn't have in your previous?
Yes, it was. I was just kind of cramped in my other trailer. It was a flat nose trailer. I didn't have a lot of room to move around in.
I know how much you loved that trailer, but yeah.
Right, and by doing this, we only picked up a couple of feet in length. We're able to get us a wedge in there, and we also have some cabinets. But one thing I want to caution everybody, the manufacturers of these trailers set you up for failure when you start and you build one because they put cabinets up there. You have to be conscious of tongue weight. How much weight are you going to have up there in the front?
Right.
On a Prevost, you've got 2,000 pounds to deal with in tongue weight. If I was to load those cabinets up with tools and everything else, I'd be over. As the trailer sets right now, it was 300 pounds empty. After the cabinets went in, we picked up 500 pounds.
Wow.
So we're 800 pounds right now. We're right at about 2,000 pounds on tongue weight with anything we put in here. And if we do get close, we have the option. You just turn the car around.
Sure.
Get the motor back here.
Put the weight at the rear
That's correct.
of the vehicle.
Just
Absolutely.
an FYI.
Okay. What else about this trailer stands out that because you did so much research on it? What other details can you tell us about it? Because I know you're going to put a classic car in here. You're going
Right.
to put your golf cart in here.
Well, the paint is, I can't say enough about that. The bus came off the line last August. We got our trailer in September, okay? We stayed at our desert home in the winter time. We didn't want to come up here and sit in the winter,
Right.
which forced us into spring here. But we needed to be here when the paint was being applied so you can get the same look.
Yes.
You're going to have shadows. I don't care how good anybody says they are. The marathon people, the paint guys appreciate us because we're willing to sit here so they can match the paint.
get it done right.
Otherwise, it's guesswork.
Yeah. Well, this has been an exciting, I don't want to say journey, but definitely project. The commitment that you and Debbie and of course Chloe, your dog, you know, bringing your dog up here for a month. This, the commitment that you guys as owners had to making this project go off so well and work so well, and the teaming up with Marathon Service Department, it's great to see that Marathon as a company and you guys as owners work together.
It's been fun. As I said, we know everybody inside. It's not like we're coming to a foreign place.
Right.
We go to dinner with people, we interact. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a big family, and we're proud to wear the Marathon badge. I hope we can bring other people on board. If they see us out there, you want to ask us any questions, by all means, ask away.
That's a great way to send it off. I think that tells it right there. One of the most generous owners that we've met, Bernie and Debbie, spending all of this time with us to show all of you just how detailed you can get. 1291, there's never been an X3 more detailed, from design to engineering. This trailer, the matching, do we have a name for this trailer yet?
No, we didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, 1291 2, or the Revenge of 1291 B. We're going to come up with a name. Anyway, the commitment that Bernie and Debbie gave to us, Marathon Mondays, also needs to be called out. A big thank you to them. A big thank you to all of you for all of your
Thanks
anticipation. Yeah, thank you for watching. This has been fun for Bernie and I to do, and we're just excited to show it. This is a pre-recorded episode, so when it comes out.
Thank you, Marathon.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. It's an outstanding. It's way, way above and beyond what anybody could expect.
Well, and I see the relationship that you and Debbie have with so many people
Right.
walking through this building. Not just that, but I came to your coach a couple days ago and you had two couples of owners in there.
Yeah, we were selling them.
Showing them your coach. You know,
Yeah.
talking about what kind of floor they should
They
upgrade.
had a little older coach and they wanted to change floors, and they heard, or actually Debbie told them what kind of floor we had, and she wanted to see it, and now they're going to put it in their
Absolutely.
coach. Yeah.
Well, on the West Coast, I can't think of a better person to get in front of the camera with me. So thank you so much.
Thank you, friend.
Bernie,
Been
you're
fun.
you're a good man.
Been fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to be yourself and do good things, and really enjoy getting out on the road, because I know you're ready to get out there.
Okay.
All right, everybody, we're back, and that was the trailer episode for 1291. I was just looking over the book of 1291. So, big thanks to everybody who watched. Big thanks to everybody who contributed. I know there was a last minute comment on there that I believe it was Stan. Mickey told me about. Asked if Bernie and Debbie were full timers in their coach. They're not. They actually have a beautiful home down in the desert, but when they are in their coach, they do spend some significant time in a luxury RV park, and they get that thing on the road. They don't just park it and sit in it. They get that thing on the road. Bernie's a driver, and so yeah, they are not full timers, but they spend a lot of time in it. And speaking of their commitment, when they came up here, the commitment was to get it right. The owner of 1302, he has said to me many times, Mal, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. Let's take the time to do it right. Let's do it right the first time. And that's what Bernie and Debbie did with 1291's Stacker trailer. They committed to coming up here, even though our weather was horrible and very significantly different, they'll tell you that, than down there in the desert. They spent the time. They brought their dog. They spent about a month up here getting the trailer correct, getting it primed and ready, and then getting it painted correctly, and then taking the time with me and the marketing team here to bring you guys this episode. And speaking of this episode, we have a bonus episode because we had footage of the trailer being prepared in the paint department. And so Armand and I were down shooting a little bit, and we got a small episode that we're going to run probably this week for you as a bonus episode, and it'll be attached to the 1291 trailer, and it shows our paint team. And there's a really cool shot that I want you guys to hear about. There's a shot of several different people from several different departments all working together. You've got the owners of the coach. You've got the head of the paint department, the head of the service department. You've got Pete from the marketing team is there. You've got all the guys from the paint team there. Everyone's working together to make sure that 1291 Stacker trailer was prepared. So don't miss that. It's a little bonus episode that will run later this week, I would assume, maybe even today. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for all the comments. Don't forget to email me, malw@marathoncoach.com. Once again, and last time, big thanks to Bernie and Debbie for allowing us to come in and see that trailer. I don't think a trailer has ever been, the detail and the research that Bernie put into that trailer, it was a labor of love, and now he gets to enjoy it. And so I know that Bernie and Debbie are real thankful to the paint team here at Marathon for taking the time to make sure that it was exactly what they wanted. And so big thanks to them. Get on down the road, get in a Marathon coach, and enjoy driving around this beautiful country. Wherever you are, whatever you can do, don't forget to be yourself and do good things. That's what I'm trying to do. Take care, and we'll see you on the bonus episode.